Hello everyone, it's Brandon here and I'm at Haw River State Park. I'm joined by Ranger Lindsey.
Hi Brandon.
We're going to explore the wetlands today. So Ranger Lindsey, I have a question. Other than the wetness, I guess, what makes wetlands wetlands?
Well, the wetness is a big part of it. So there's lots of different types of wetlands out there, from salt marshes to cypress swamps, but all wetlands typically have three things in common. They have water-saturated soils, plants that can tolerate really wet conditions, and the dynamic presence of water.
Great, well let's go take a look.
Sure. So the ground might be covered by water part of the year, and other times it might just be waterlogged soils like we have over here.
If there are many different types of wetland, what kind of wetland are we in today?
Well, the wetlands here at Haw River are known as Riverine Wetlands because they're in the floodplain of the Haw River. So the water in these wetlands is fresh water. It comes from precipitation or underground springs instead of salty or brackish water like you might have near the coastal marshes. We have a lot of flood-tolerating plants here like pickerel weed, swamp rosemallow, buttonbush, and silky dogwood, plus larger trees like sycamore, sweet gum, and tulip poplars, just to name a few.
So what is it that makes wetlands so important?
Wetland ecosystems are special because of their ability to hold on to water. So wetlands act like a sponge after heavy rain events, which reduces flooding and erosion downstream. And it also keeps this area really wet in times of drought when other areas might be very dry. The plants and soils in wetlands also improve the water quality. Pollutants in the water can settle out here and get buried under thick layers of mud and detritus, so that also takes them out of the water.
So what types of animals live here?
So wetlands are especially important for animals with young aquatic life stages. Dragonflies lay their eggs in the wetlands, and when they first hatch, they live completely in the water.
You mean that's a dragonfly?
Yeah, so this is a larval dragonfly called a nymph. They actually spend most of their life at this stage. They stay in the water and they don't have any wings. In the open water, these animals would make easy prey for larger predators, but here in the shallow wetlands, they have a lot of places to kind of hide and feed until they can grow larger. Our wetlands also provide food for lots of migrating birds like scarlet and summer tanagers, blue grosbeaks, and Louisiana water thrushes. These migrants fly all the way from the tropics of Central America to feast on the plentiful wetland insects. Year-round, you can also find wood ducks, great blue herons, pileated woodpeckers, and belted kingfishers. As far as mammals go, we have a lot of swimming mammals here like river otter, beaver, mink, and muskrat. With plenty of water, nutrients, and sunlight, our wetland producers provide lots of energy for thousands of different animals. In many places, people have drained wetlands because they are difficult places to build houses or farm crops, but wetlands do so much for water quality and wildlife that it's important we protect them.
Wow, the wetlands here are amazing, but where exactly is the Haw River?
These sprawling wetlands are actually near the very beginning or headwaters of the Haw River. It flows about 110 miles north of Greensboro before connecting with the Deep River, and then connecting with the Cape Fear River, and finally emptying out into the Atlantic Ocean. So protecting the wetlands here goes a long way.
Absolutely, we all need clean water. Well, thank you for showing me how important the wetlands are here.
Absolutely.